What have you been up to?
Reading.
Reading what?
Books.
Books. Yeah, that's always a good thing to read.
I've been reading books on metaphysics.
What's metaphysics?
Well, metaphysics, thank you for asking, my friend. Metaphysics is actually everything beyond the five senses. Yeah? The illusionary five senses which we experience this planet with. The touch, the taste, the smell, the sight and the hearing. They're illusionary, very narrow band. It's not wide band.
David Icke talks about the very small thing that you can see.
The new David Icke at Acapulco.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really good. If anybody wants to watch it, it's brand new stuff.
Just under 4 hours though.
Yeah, 3 hours 55 minutes.
Well, like I said, very interesting.
Bang up to date. So yeah, metaphysics. What is metaphysics? It's everything beyond the five senses. That includes when you survive physical death and pre-incarnation or pre-birth. And basically, it's home. Yeah. If you're all missing home, if you do lift the veil of forgetting, you'll realise that this particularly, it feels like we're in a video game, doesn't it?
What's the veil of forgetting?
Oh, now you want me to go on about that. The veil of forgetting is a unique filter which we give ourselves in order to forget where we came from and who we are in relation to all that is, all that ever was, all that ever can be.
Why?
Because otherwise it'd be like playing a game of chess, knowing every single move and every outcome of every single thing.
So that'd be boring then?
Yeah. So we're creators, infinite creators, co-creators of all that is, all that ever was, all that can be.
You were saying about what you've been reading.
Yeah, it's a book written by a woman who's a doctor, an MD, and ask Callum about what MD means. She's a doctor. It's medicinal, MD, medicinal, something like this. I can't remember. And basically, it's called Erik and the Afterlife, and she does a blog on YouTube.
She? Erik's
his mother, sorry, Elisa Medhus.
Okay.
His mother. And basically, a few years ago, Erik, he was that upset with what was going on in this video game that we call Planet Earth. He just couldn't take it anymore. He was sick of the governments, he was sick of being told what to do, just sick of everything, he couldn't take it anymore. So he bought a gun and some ammo and kept it separate, and when his mum left the house, guess what?
He shot himself.
Yeah. Bang! Straight through the head. Yeah, a bit like Kurt Cobain did.
How old was
those
it?
years ago. 20 years old.
That's a bit young, that, isn't it?
Anyway, his mother came to find what had happened, and she was just so gutted that she could, you know, she wouldn't ever see him again.
That's the thing when you commit suicide. It might get you out of the game and away to wherever you want to be, but it harms everyone else that knows you. Yeah,
you think it's selfish by doing that because, I mean, his mother and his aunties and his brothers and sisters were so gutted that he'd murdered himself, that he killed himself, but he couldn't take it anymore. But she did forgive him, but she really, really missed him. And they were so close, but she found that she kept hearing ghostly noises and voices and stuff, and she desired that much to want him back. Of course, he couldn't come back physically as Erik because he'd destroyed the vessel that he was rolling around in. So he was now rolling around in the afterlife, in the spirit realm, and completely free.
So a ghost?
It's not quite a ghost. A ghost is an apparition which is like a bit of stuck videotape in the system. You can report it, or you can get rid of it by showing it a mirror, and then going, taking the mirror elsewhere and smashing it to bits. You can exorcise it like that. Exorcism, that is. There are various ways to do exorcism. You asked me some interesting questions today.
Have you exorcised any ghost?
Yes, I did. I've done that a lot. I learned from an exorcist from Africa.
They haven't upset people because some like their ghosts, you know.
Well, I did upset this woman because I got rid of her 2 ghosts, but I brought a Ouija board in and invited some more in, very friendly ones, and she's very happy now. So anyway, getting back to Erik Medhus, you can buy his book, Erik and the Afterlife, or you can go, if you look on YouTube, you can find Channeling Erik, if the editor would like to put a link. And I've been listening to his vlogs, his video blogs. And
the dead guys?
He calls himself, yeah, I'm the dead guy. Right? Okay. I just, what else was I going to say about Derek? Derek. Sorry, Erik. It's Derek. And we will email this video to his mum because we won't ask Erik some questions at the end of the video. So anyway, his mother, Elisa Medhus, who's a doctor and MD in America, she's from Texas. Very nice woman. But you're going to love this. She was asking him about the cure for cancer, but basically she missed him that much that eventually she went to some spiritualist mediums and she asked them questions that only him and his mum could know. And the spiritualist mediums, I think 4 or 5 she went to see, you know, the spiritualist mediums in America seem to be much better than the ones in Europe. I don't know. Anyway, Ian Timothy's going to put me in touch with a spiritualist medium because there's some questions I've got to ask. So she started to receive these messages, and the medium gave her messages that only those two could know, so she knew it was him.
Yeah, yeah.
Apparently he's taken a job in the astral planes.
So he's not gone back in then?
No.
Because you do know that you've all got to come back here, so you should really be doing a much better job of looking after this planet, because you're all coming back here until you get it right.
About 1,024 lives, and that's 1 gig of memory, by the way, your cadre or group is going to experience. So anyway, apparently it was Erik's last life, and he didn't believe in God and all this. I don't know how many parts we're going to do this in. But it's an introduction, but then we're going to add part 5 in it, so it's like, no, that's something else. You're getting me confused now. This is just about Erik and the afterlife. Anyway, it was his final incarnation. He'd lived out all his lives, and because he didn't believe in God and Jesus and all that, when he died, he found out that he was the universe and creator of all that is, all that ever was, all that ever can be.
Now, I've heard that if you take, is it some drug, DMT,
dimethyltryptamine,
you can experience what it's like without
the spirit molecule. Yeah. Apparently, all of this, it turns into a grid. And vanishes, and you're in like a paradise which you co-create, and you actually become one with everything. This
could be a paradise if we got rid of those that are, yeah, we're going to swear then, mucking it up.
Well, it's our mind controllers, isn't it? The governments and the religions and stuff telling you what to do.
Anyway, let's not digress, because we, you know...
Why would you want to tell yourself what to do? You've given yourself complete free will as creator, haven't you?
You are free, aren't you?
I try to be. I try to ask for 20% off everywhere I go. In England, we do anyway.
And why is that?
Because I don't want to pay tax to mind controllers, the government, who use it to go and murder men, women and children for guns, oil and drugs in other countries.
Yep.
Is that why you pay tax? Oh, I pay my tax, the Taxpayers Alliance. Anyway, we're not talking about that today. So, the interview, there's lots more to tell about Erik, and as I say, we'll put a link in the bottom, channeling Erik, and we're going to ask him some questions at the end of the video, so this could be a long one today. Unless you want to put it in 2 parts, it's up to you. We're going to do videos about other Erik stuff. No, we're going to do videos about what Creator wants.
Ah, yes, yes.
You get part 5 of that coming soon.
Yes.
But you'll probably wonder where parts 1, 2, 3, 4 and the rest are. But they're all out there somewhere. They're there, but we haven't done them yet. Well, we have. But I'm going on and on.
Ah, dear.
So anyway, his mum had got a list of all questions, because you can email his mum, Elisa Medhus, and you can ask her questions to ask the medium to ask Erik, and you get these
so you can ask, and because Erik now is in the afterlife.
Yeah, he's the dead guy,
and he knows everything.
Yeah, do you know? Nobody who said this. Nobody ever came back from the dead and told us what it was like. Well, when you're dead, you can't come back as a zombie like Jesus did, because that doesn't work. Otherwise, you'd have zombies.
Well, unfortunately, we do seem to have a lot round here.
What a mess that would be. But they can be contacted. Yeah, because the information's there. Everything's psychic, mental, electromagnetic. So anyway, he was asked about cancer. And you know what the first things he said was cancer. And metaphysics teaches us this. So because we feel hopeless and we can't carry on anymore, we give ourselves diseases like cancer in order to die for reincarnation purposes. Or we can't take it anymore and we want to get out.
So in other words then, a way to not get cancer is to be happy.
Yes.
So be happy.
Are you telling them what?
I'm telling you, be happy.
It's always your choice. I lie to myself. I believe in good love and happiness. I'm not really interested in anything else. And I must admit, this morning when we got together, we were both feeling a bit down this morning because of all this crap that's going on in this planetary game sphere.
As you'll see from the news video I've not put out yet, but it's left converting. Cause it takes over an hour to convert, you know. Half an hour video takes over an hour to convert.
Oh. Convert to what?
Convert to MP4.
Ah, there you go. Why don't you just edit it in MP3
it's supposed to, but it doesn't.
Oh. Anyway, So got some really interesting information here. So Erik says that if you've got cancer and you want to get rid of it, you've got to have a will to live, and you've not got to have any bad feelings.
In fact, we know of someone that is dead now, but they'd lost the will to live, hadn't they?
Yeah.
And as soon as you want to die, you will die.
You know, what did she say? I've had enough. I can't take it anymore.
And what can't they take anymore, though? What government are doing?
I can't take all this mind control, she says. I just can't take it anymore. The lies we've been told to, the way people are being treated. No, everybody's treating each other horribly.
I think the way to see through this system is you've got to... Everything that you think you know, switch it round, the opposite way round, and you're probably closer to the truth than what you've been told.
So anyway, Elisa, his mum, Erik's mum, asked him about certain things. As I say, people had emailed in. You can email questions on Channeling Erik. So this was one. What about artificial sweeteners?
Well, we know they're bad.
He says they're extremely bad.
Aspartame.
Yeah.
Canderel, whatever name they want to change it to. Natural sweeteners, the latest one.
Yeah, they also, these new colour additives. They're very advanced poisons which can develop into diseases.
You see, when you say that, it's almost like there's someone high up that's trying to kill us all.
GM modification, anybody? It says also they've got pets, the medium and his mum. Obviously, Erik hasn't got a pet in the afterlife, although he could materialise one and just think about it. But yeah, this one's for all the people that have got pets, cats or dogs out there. He says that there's something called celiac and lactophage, and you can be found in dog food and cat food. I've not heard of these before.
Say it again.
Celiac. Sorry, celiac.
Celiac and
lactophage. I've just spelled it phonetically. Lactophage.
Okay.
Apparently it can be found in cat and dog food, and you shouldn't be feeding this your pets. And,
poison.
Yeah.
So if say for instance that we're correct and there are something up there or higher up or in charge that is trying to poison us.
Oh, nobody's in charge.
They're trying to poison our animals as well.
Oh yeah, your mind controllers on this planet and the people that make GM crops and
poison.
Yeah, it's pure
Monsanto,
poison.
basically.
Yeah, it was Monsanto. We should do some. I'll get the phone out one day and I'll look up that celiac and lactophage in dog food and cat food. Also,
so a way to check is if you've got cats or dogs is check on the ingredients. If it says them, you'll know exactly how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Because we're just guessing at it.
Remember that this is coming from somebody who's survived physical death, who is no longer in a human being's body.
But you only live once.
If you believe that, you'll believe the government. Or religion. He says, anyway, while you're eating, make sure you have good emotions about things. And while you cook with a huge ingredients of love. He was asked about the very popular biscuits which children love. And I actually tried one of these a few weeks ago. And I had to spit it out because my mouth analyses these things. And I realised it was really bad. And what was the biscuit? Oreos.
Ah, yes.
Do you know what Erik said about this? Nasty. Pure chemicals. Avoid them at all costs. But you have free will, so do what you like.
So a bit like...
but they're pure chemicals.
Well, that girl was eating earlier. Once you pop, you just can't stop. Pringles.
Pringles, made from powdered chemicals.
Yeah.
And then she was drinking the old, knocking the fruit shoot back. That is really bad for you. And she'll probably, for dessert, have some Oreos. But Erik, the dead guy, says that they're pure chemicals. Somebody's going to say, oh, you got this from a ghost, did you, the guy that's dead? Well, it seems to be correct. It's not right or wrong, but it seems to run correct. Do your own research, okay? Anyway, Erik was asked also by somebody who emailed in about veganism, vegetarianism, or be a meat eater. And he says there's no right or wrong in it, whatever works for you best.
Now, in actual fact, there was I can't remember her name now, a psychic woman who said because we're going through certain changes at the moment, you should actually stop eating meat. But if you can't, you can eat poultry or fish. So if you want to change, start off by just cutting out red meat.
Yes, Michael mentioned that.
Because red meat is well, I don't think it's good for you.
It's because of all the chemicals that's been injected with and the, well, you know what's going on. But Seth, actually, the other metaphysical teacher, the energy personality essence from the fifth dimension educator, said that one day we will eventually not consume any animal products at all.
Apparently, many moons ago, we didn't used to eat or drink, you know.
Well, apparently in the future, when we do eventually realise that we're all connected and we're all one of the same being, if you like, the same creation or creator, we're all gods and goddesses, and don't get big-headed about it because we all are, that the digestive system will vanish. There's no need for it. And all we'll do is consume energy by looking at the light.
Well, if
like big
well, solar gazing.
Solar gazing.
A lot do that anyway. But yeah, well, we'll carry on because it's already been going for like quite a while.
Good. If you want to cut it into 2 parts, it's up to you.
Nah.
Anyway, so
we talked about
fresh, clean, and varied, made or cooked with love. This food, especially, and
now I'll just interject there because we used to eat somewhere where the guy wasn't very loving.
We mentioned this before. Yeah, you could tell what the food would be like that day if he came in bad.
Yeah, if he
started to make the chili in a bad mood. Yeah, you could eat it and it was horrible. But if he was in a really good mood and his wife was being nice, it tasted absolutely delicious. So it just shows you that with love, everything can be possible. So he also goes on, IV vitamin C can cure cancer.
Yes.
You've mentioned this before.
Yes, I can.
And then the biggie came along. His mum says, somebody's emailed in, what about cannabis oil? What about cannabis oil? And
well, this will be interesting.
She says the medium says he's laughing. Yeah, I can see him in my mind. He's still laughing. Yeah, and she's like, "Come on, Eric, go on the answer. Cannabis oil, does it cure cancer?" He's still rolling about laughing. Yeah, he's almost finished laughing now. And what does he say? He says, "Absolutely, 100%, it cures cancer." That's coming from a dead guy in the afterlife. Think whatever you want to think. In the now.
But government say it has no medical benefits
whatsoever. But
so they must be telling the truth because when have a government ever lied to us? Oh wait, every time they talk.
Oh yeah, all the time. Anyway, Erik says that governments and big farmers are absolutely freaking out about this. Cannabis oil kills cancer.
You've got to drop the P in farmer.
Big harmer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That'd be more realistic.
Big harmer. Anyway, that's part 1 of Erik on cancer. The dead guy.
Didn't you say more about that though?
Plenty more.
Dennis Healy. World events do not occur by accident. They are made to happen, whether it is to do with national issues or commerce, and most of them are staged and managed by those who hold the purse strings.